Let's talk about synchronicities and coincidences. And the reason why I want to talk about it because I'm going to be paying attention to synchronicities and coincidences more and more in my life. Over the last few months, maybe even more than a few months, I haven't really been paying attention to synchronicities and coincidences because I just knew it to be the way of life. I just know it to be the way of the universe. I know it to be the way of the Tao, of the divine. That everything is synchronicity, really, when you think about it. So I kind of stop paying attention because there's this higher trust that, okay, everything's synchronicity. Everything, every moment is synchronicity. But the reason why I want to take a look at it again in my own personal life, because I moved cities, right? And I feel a little bit lost here, you know, I'm a little bit lost. I feel like I need guidance, you know, just guidance, financially, guidance, you know, go to this place, go to that place, communities, new friends, new this, new that. I need guidance. I need to be divinely guided. I need to plug myself into this frequency of synchronicity, the frequency of flow. And because of that, I want to pay attention more to the synchronicities and the coincidences, quote unquote, that happen to me now, every day, in my new chapter in this city that I'm in, Ottawa. And here is the thing. I had a period where I was really paying attention to synchronicities. And that was the period I was experimenting heavily with mushrooms, with psilocybin mushrooms. Because it was the psilocybin mushrooms that told me, pay attention. There's something greater at work here. There's divine order to things. And what I did at the time, after a few trips of psilocybin mushrooms, and I realized everything is synchronicity and there's no accidents in this game, I started a journal, a synchronicity journal. Every single day, I would write down if something coincidental happened with something or someone, okay? So for example, if I ran into a girl, you know, coincidentally in the grocery store or something, right? And then 2 days later, I coincidentally run into her again. Like, this happened to me one time, at that time that I was really documenting all the synchronicities, is I kept running into this one girl. Okay, I kept running into, and then one day, out of nowhere, right? I went to walk somewhere in the middle. I've only been there once to walk, and now it was that day. And there she was, walking her little puppy. Right? So then, you know, at the time I stopped her, you know, because it was too coincidental, and I started a conversation with her. You know, and we started talking and stuff, and I ended up, I didn't ask her out, I didn't take her out because she was leaving to another city, but I ended up giving her like a gift before she left, right? So I actually ended up making a friend. And because I was like, clearly we gotta talk here, you know, I'm here out of nowhere, and there you are. And then I go to the grocery store like 2 days later or 2 days before, and you're there again. So things like that, I would start recording them down in my journal, in my synchronicity journal, and I would just record all these little things, right? Like numbers. If I saw 1111, and then I saw it again the same day or the next day, I'd write it like, fuck, I'm seeing 1111 now. It's happening so much, and I would just keep track of all the little things. I'd keep a little journal in my phone with, if something happens to me, or I meet someone randomly on the bus, or somebody overhears me talking to someone and says something. Things like that, right? Things like that, little things like that. I would just kind of keep track of it. And once I was doing that, it became very, very, very apparent to me, very clear. It became very clear to me that there is some kind of a divine order in the universe, and that I am divinely guided if I choose to pay attention and if I surrender into this divine guiding force in the universe. it became very clear to me. And when that became very clear to me, I stopped writing down the synchronicities because I just kind of trust in the universe that things just work out the way they're supposed to. And, you know, I just kind of stopped doing it. I got into other stuff, you know, you always go on these mental trips, right? So you focus on synchronicities, then I got into dreams, and then I got into conspiracy theories, and, you know, you kind of focus your mental attention, your intellectual attention somewhere else. Right now, I want to focus my intellectual attention back into synchronicities. So today, I'm gonna start writing, having a synchronicity journal. I'm going to... Numbers don't count for me anymore. I don't count those as synchronicities because it's, for me, it happens so much and so often that it's just a recurring, normal part of everyday life, which is always just a good sign from spirit, from the spirit world, saying, okay, you're on the right track. Whatever it is you're doing in your storyline at the moment, in the plot is unfolding in your character. The plot is unfolding as it should, and I always take that as... So before I moved to Ottawa, I started seeing all kinds of numbers. 11, 11, 2, 2, 5, 5, you name it, you name it. And ever since I got to Ottawa, I've been just seeing synchronistic numbers all the time, all the time, all the time. And ironically, I've been barely looking at the clock here because I've been just so busy with my brother here that I've barely been looking at the clock. But every time I'm looking, for some fucking reason, it's a number. So... But I'm not counting those in the synchronicity journal because they happen so much and so often that I'm not even going to spend time writing them down as synchronicities. But I suggest, if you're new to this, write down everything. Just whenever you get this feeling like, what the fuck? How is this happening? Oh, what are the chances of me meeting this person? What are the chances of me seeing this number over and over and over and over? Start writing it down. I'm gonna personally do that again here because, again, I feel like I need some guidance in a new city, you know, some new friends, just something new, right? I need new opportunities, new things to come by. I just started a personal training business with my brother, okay? So I'm gonna need some divine guidance to get clients here, okay? So I need that too. I need this divine guidance, and so now I'm gonna be paying attention to synchronicities and see how the universe will match me up with new clients, with new business opportunities, etc., etc., etc. And I'm very interested to see, because I know this shit works. I know once you actually start to plug in into the frequency of synchronicity and you strengthen and you start to ask, you know, that I made a video in the past about John Lilly and the ECCO thing. John Lilly is a very interesting character. I think I probably should make the video again. But he basically came up with this thing called ECCO. John Lilly was the guy who invented the flotation tanks, by the way. And he used to do LSD. I'm reading his book right now, The Center of Cyclone. He used to do LSD and he used to go into the tanks, and he used to have like next level contact with other entities and spirits and blah blah blah, extraterrestrials in different dimensions. And he came up with this thing called ECCO, Earth Coincidence Control Office. And apparently, if you start to ask for coincidences and synchronicities, they will be arranged for you. But you have to ask, and you have to be tuned into the frequency of synchronicity. See, in the last few months that I have stopped paying attention to the synchronicities in my life, I wouldn't say too much magical things have been happening in my life. I wouldn't say so, because I haven't really been asking. I've just been, you know, happy, content, you know, I haven't really been asking. I haven't really been put in a situation that I need things to, you know, happen for me. And it was cool, everything was cool. Everything was happening synchronistically in sort of a beautiful, unfolding fashion. But now that I'm in a new city and I'm in new circumstances, I feel like I need some help. I feel like I need things to accelerate a little bit. So I'll pay attention again to the synchronicities, and I'll converse with these, with the force, with this force that's out there, with the ECCO. That's what John Lilly called it. But funny enough, I made contact with the other, let's say, asking for certain things in my life, and I kid you not, like they happened very quickly and very efficiently and very fast and in such a synchronistic manner. And then when I read about the ECCO, which was like way after all these things were happening to me, I was like, huh, I guess I'm not the only crazy motherfucker that made some contact with something out there that if you ask it and you have faith in it, it will actually arrange synchronicities for you. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. Maybe synchronistically you're in a stage in your life where you could use some magic to happen in your life. You could use some flow, some synchronicities in certain areas of your life, in all areas of your life. And I'm sure if you've watched the video up until now, this video has synchronistically been perfect for you at the moment. So I'm starting a journal again. I'm going to be writing all the synchronicities that happen, all the coincidences, you know, and we'll see where the magic takes us from there. God bless you all, guys. Make sure to check out my free book if you want something for free, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life in All Areas. So you can go to 5powerfulhabits.com, or the link you will see in the description in the comments as well. Really cool. It's like what, 18-19 pages, and it will be one of the most powerful 18/19 pages of your life. Seriously, it's that good. It's for free. Also, check out my other book, which is for money. Okay, so there's the free one, the freebie, and then there's one for money as well. The Master Player, a practical guide to win the game of life. Okay, if you want to win this game, I talk about synchronicities in the book. Actually, I talk about it a lot. It's one of those things, if you want your character to start winning in the game, then you gotta know about synchronicity. You gotta know how to use synchronicity. You gotta know about synchronicity. So actually, I talk quite a bit about synchronicities in the book, The Master Player. So make sure to check that out. Other than that, God bless you all, guys. I love every single one of you, but don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna synchronistically sleep with the fishes. And all I have to do is make a little bit of contact here, right? A little bit of contact, and then you'll all be sleeping with the fishes if you don't subscribe. So make sure you subscribe.